The backdrop that you are currently looking at is not the original backdrop that I had in mind for this particular production. I was planning on keeping a still image of the decrepit, also ever deteriorating, washed up, degenerate president or current president that we have in the United States right now, which is the washed up, deteriorating corpse looking like Joe Biden. But I figured that this was an even better depiction of what it is that's taking place to black people. You have black folks in Chicago who are complaining now that they are flooding the zone with all of these illegals. Now all of a sudden you are seeing black women who are at these town hall meetings and they're voicing their concern and their disdain for what the current mayor of that city is doing, the washed up Brandon Johnson. All of a sudden now that the damage is so unrelenting, you have black people who are now trying to step up and trying to put a stop to what many would call self-inflicted wounds. I mean, this is just what we're dealing with at this point in time. And anybody who's looking at this image, you should know that what you are looking at, this is a clip from the, I guess you would say, original Mortal Kombat movie from back in 1995. And what you were looking at is Scorpion giving a classic grade A beatdown to Johnny Cage. And this is a depiction that represents the black community as a collective. Mainly more so in Chicago, and I'm talking about with Scorpion being the Democratic Party and Johnny Cage, who was literally getting the shit kicked out of him, be it the black community. And if you're looking at this image and it starts to make you feel some kind of way, it should. Because every fucking election, you have black folks who will relentlessly, traditionally, religiously go out here and vote for this political party, this Democratic Party that systematically fucks you over each and every chance they get. Only now they are being so blatant with it that it is just to a point where this is unprecedented, the level of blatant disrespect that they're showing you. So now you have all the geriatric Negroes and all the black women, and I told y'all years ago, when it comes down to the Democratic Party, you have more black women that go out here and they vote for this Democratic Party, more so than black men do. And I told you the reasons why I believe many of them do this is because many of them would rather spite black men and would rather be under complete, or be a complete underclass, a permanent underclass, so long as it means that you are not under black male patriarch. And that's just one of my beliefs on why they do this. We know the main groups who go out here and vote for this Democratic Party are black women and also the older generation of black people, which consists of black men and black women, these old, washed up, rut niggas. But now you might have thought you thought this was funny, and now all of a sudden you realize the joke is the joke is now on you. It's always been on you. You realize who is the butt end of the damn joke now. And the saddest part is that it took Negroes this long to finally figure this shit out. Now all of a sudden you got black people in Chicago talking about, well, I might decide to go ahead and vote Republican next. The other party is sounding real good now. And see, the scariest part about this is y'all didn't learn anything within the 2020 election. I don't discuss politics with people anymore, especially people who deal with the left and support them wholeheartedly, because there's absolutely nothing that I needed to say to them. And I'm at a point where I'd rather not straddle my brain. And at the same time, how this infuriates me to watch how this Democratic Party is literally allowing illegals to come into the country, and they are just using taxpayer dollars to literally set them up with a foundation, something that they haven't even done for black people. I just remember the times when I've had discussions, political discussions with black people saying, hey, why don't we get something for our vote? What about reparations? And yet it's going to be Negroes who are going to sit there talking stupid, looking completely fucking ridiculous. And now here you have black people in Chicago, a lot of these old rut niggas, and a lot of these older black women who are now complaining about this. And as much as it pisses me off, you know what I say to this? Good for y'all. This is good for you. Because it is your stupidity that continues to have you going out here casting votes for a political party that cares nothing for you. That tells you, we can't even say that this is indirectly at this point in time. This is direct. And they tell you that they are going to screw you over. Hell, I mean, you had Joe Biden talking to the congressional, with the Congressional Black Caucus or the civil rights leaders with this washed up Al Sharpton. If any of y'all are still stupid enough to listen to this guy and think that he's somehow a black activist, I don't know what else I can tell you. But he sat up and told y'all back in, what was it, either early 2021 or late 2020, right before he got in office, that y'all better start learning how to work with the Hispanics who are going to make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do. My question is, when it comes down to y'all, you Negroes who go out here and you vote for this Democratic Party, do you take your time to do your research on these people? Do you take your time to just go ahead and follow them on social media? How difficult would that be if you don't want to sit down and read a bunch of documents about them or about their past records or whatever? You can just simply follow them on social media and see what their posts are about. What are they in favor of? What is their agenda? And see, the thing is, when you ask these retarded niggas, what is their agenda? They couldn't tell you. And I've had discussions like this with family members, and at this point in time, this is pitiful that y'all will go out here and blatantly vote for a political party and you don't know their agenda. You don't know their platform. You know nothing about their position, their track records, their resumes. You know nothing about them. But just because they're Democrat, you figure anything's better than a Republican. And it's one thing to say that you don't like the Republican Party. You would have made more sense by simply not voting than going out here and literally lacing the needle or the syringe that's going to be used to inject your ass with the fucking poison, and you the one lacing it with poison. And then surprised when this shit ends up in your damn back. But this is the level of insanity. The Democratic Party comes to you every fucking election pandering to you with foolishness and stupidity. This shit is embarrassing. Offering you no tangibles, nothing, substance that will benefit your community. And you're going to have a bunch of bootleg Negroes out here celebrating and dancing out in the goddamn streets. And when Joe Biden got into the office, you had mainly black women out here skewing it up, looking at completely fucking pitiful and ridiculous. And now when you can't even be safe in your own neighborhood out without worrying about some illegal busting you upside your head and taking all your damn goods or what do they call it, SA, because y'all don't want to use the word, but I'll go ahead and say it, sexually assaulting your ass when you're simply trying to get home. Just understand, you voted for this. You supported this. These are the policies that you said, hey, I'm going to go out here and help put this in place. To sit back and watch a race of people be self-willing participants in their own genocide, this is a level of insanity that my brain cannot comprehend. And as I started to say a little while ago, the Democratic Party comes to you pandering to you every goddamn election cycle. as stupid as y'all are, you go out here and you vote for them. And we're just going to have to call this for what this is. This is blatant stupidity at this point in time. So y'all go out here and y'all vote for them. And then they turn around and this is the image that you see right now. You end up on the ground getting the shit kicked out of you over and over and over. And I'm going to let this image just keep on playing. Because this is you, black people. This is your depiction getting stomped out. Trying to get back up, getting kicked in the goddamn face. And see, the thing is this. When I have, when I have discussions with intelligent black people, and they understand how the world works, how power dynamics works, they understand that you can't let yourself fall this far behind. You can't have somebody running laps around you, laps and laps and laps, because every time they run another lap around you, that's one more lap you got to catch up by. And if you're not even moving at a bare minimum at their pace, you have to be moving faster than their pace in order to surpass them, or to at least get to their level. If you're moving at their pace, guess what? You're just going to remain have the same consistent gap, but you're never going to close the gap. And if you let them surpass you and move faster than you, then guess what? This is a no-win situation. So my question is, why is it that black people have sat back and allowed this much damage to take place before you Negroes finally decided to say, you know what, it's time for us to stand up? You see, y'all trying to do something now, but it's a moment too late and a dollar too short. Now these black women want to get out here and start speaking out against this. Oh, well, what are you doing to us, Brandon Johnson? Well, wait a second. My question is, did you vote for him? Because chances are 10 times out of 10 you did. You had, when I'm referencing black women because these are the ones who are getting up and speaking out against this now. And I'm saying this is the moment too late and a dollar too short. You should have never let his ass in there in the first place. You had a disaster of a mayor with Lori Lightfoot, which was a Democrat, by the way. And then y'all went out and voted another Democrat in place. And then the thing is, when you look at some of these Negroes that y'all are voting in office, you look at Lori Lightfoot and you say, who in the right mind would vote her into power? Who thinks like this? She was a disaster. I'm going to say Brandon Johnson's no worse than her. Just the circumstances that he has to deal with just means that he could cause that much, he can be that much more effective with the damage that he can cause. And then when you look at these Negroes, I mean, a lot of these niggas, especially the black men, these niggas look broken, buck-eyes, just looking lost. You look at Brandon Johnson, you can tell that, oh, some old wide-eyed looking Negro, some old fish-eyed looking nigga. And y'all decided that, hey, it is a wise idea to put him as our mayor to our city. And I guarantee you, not a single one of you foolish ass niggas who went out here and voted for him took your time to do your goddamn research. Not a single one of you took your time to follow him on social media to see what he was talking about so you can know what his platform was based off of. Not a single one of you knew what his agenda was. Because if you looked at, I mean, they tell you what they're gonna do before they get in the power. And yet you're going to have these dumbass niggas, and I'm going to say it for what it is, because at this point in time, these black people, oh my God, this is, whoa. I'm just going to have to say it for what it is. And I guess you can say this is part of the reason why I don't believe in a fucking God. Because whoever created this race, I mean, this is an embarrassment. This is a goddamn joke. You think about human beings are supposed to be the most highest, the most advanced, most intelligent species on the face of the planet. And yet animals demonstrate better common sense than you do. Animals demonstrate better self-survival skills and survival instincts than, especially when it comes down to black people. Because you don't find animals being willful participants in their own goddamn destruction. You niggas are willful participants. You will gleefully go out here and celebrate and buck dance and party and hallelujah, have a good time right into the goddamn slaughterhouse. And then be completely oblivious to how your dumbass winded up there in the first goddamn place. Well, you helped to put yourself here. And see, this is the point that I'm making when I say this time and time again. That when it comes down to stupid people, I want nothing to do with them. And I'm telling you, other black people, who think the same way, you're going to have to start making separations from people like this. And many of these people are going to be members of your family. Many of these are going to be people that you know personally, friends that you know. And you're going to have to make that a former friend. Some of these are going to be women that you're in relationships with. If she's out here voting Democrat, you need to cut her ass off. Because I guarantee you, if you ask her, why do you vote Democrat? She's not going to be able to give you not one legitimate reason to ask her why she does it. Well, anything's better than Trump. No, that's not an excuse. I'm asking you a legitimate question, and I want a legitimate answer. Using Trump as a deflection, that's not going to count for any goddamn thing. I'm asking you, why did you vote Democrat? I'm going to also ask you, what are their policies? What do they stand on? Because Democrats were always about illegal immigration. They were always about flooding the zone with illegal aliens. Since Barack Obama. And then when you sit back and you look at the Congressional Black Caucus, a group that's supposed to be representing, as a matter of fact, hold on a second. As I was saying, you look at the Congressional Black Caucus. This is supposed to be a political organization that's supposed to represent black people's interests. And this organization goes in and represents everybody else. You're going to have these buck-broken niggas and bitches sit up here and start caping for Ukrainians, Israelis, Palestinians, illegals at the borders in cages. This is what you're going to literally, I mean, hell, you had Elijah Cumstain, shitstain, I mean, excuse me, well, no, this is applicable to him. Fuck Elijah Cumstain. A fucking washed up degenerate, a has-been. And even on his dying breath, could not speak unapologetically for black people. Would still go out here and cape for everybody else and make black people the last priority. Because why? They're showing you that you are not a priority. The sad part about these individuals, the Congressional Black Caucus, is you watch how they misrepresent black people. And how they represent everybody else as a damn collective. And then you sit back and you watch any other caucus, whether it be for Hispanics, the Asian caucus, or whatever other caucus, and you watch how they exclusively represent their group. They don't sit here and factor you in when it comes down to them trying to get benefits for their community. Black people are the only ones who sit around here playing this game, trying to nurture a fucking world that has continuously kicked you while you were down. I mean, at this point in time, I don't give a fuck about nurturing anybody who has not looked out for me. And now, see, the problem that we have right now, especially what we got going on with the war in Israel and Hamas, now they're telling you, you need to take a side. You need to get involved and you need to show support. This is how piss poor and how bad the older generation of black people have allowed the reputation to go so far below. Now listen, I've told y'all and I've given you the examples when it comes down to heating a home. One of the worst things that you can do is allow the temperature to drop so low in that home that it now is going to become so hard to heat that place up that you're going to be literally wasting money just trying to reheat this place up. Why? Because you let the temperature drop too low. You never want to let your reputation go down this fucking far. And what you have with this older generation of black people, and a lot of you black women, I'm sorry, a lot of y'all participated in this nonsense, and now you're getting what you voted for out there in Chicago. Because you were too foolish to go out here and do a little bit of research. See, the crazy part is when it comes down to many of these black women, they want to sit here and brag about their PhDs and how educated they are and how they know so much. And many of them look down upon black men. They'll look down upon a blue-collar brother because she's a college-educated sister. But as educated as she is, she won't take the time. You mean to tell me you won't do some basic research when it comes down to the politicians that y'all blindly go out and vote for election after fucking election? I mean, at this point in time, this is utterly fucking ridiculous. This is insanity. To sit back and watch what Mayor Brandon Johnson is doing over there in Chicago. And yet, y'all sit there and y'all don't, it lets me know when I sit back and watch y'all voicing y'all concerns to him, y'all are pleading with this guy. Oh, you can do better than this. Please help us. Listen, the dude knows good and damn well what he's doing. This is why when you look into his eye, them big old buck eyes of his, the look that I see is of somebody who knows they're doing wrong. Knows they're doing wrong. Shit, am I gonna get caught? How long can I pull this off for? That's the look that I literally get when what I think of when I look at his face. This is a completely conquered, buck-broken male. And see, here's another part. The crazy part is, and I'm gonna have to have this as an indictment on black women also, in large numbers, because I'm not only talking about black women who go out and voted for these politicians blindly, without doing your research, without checking their policies, without doing none of the above, but the divestment group, the divestment class of females who sit online every chance they get making videos, or in certain cases going out and taking pictures of random black men who are in interracial relationships. I mean, this is the shit you got black women doing. Going out and literally stalking black men who are dating non-black women. Random people that they don't know. Because this is a bigger problem to them than the politicians who are literally screwing you over. You notice when they want to talk about black men, they start talking about celebrities, or they go after the average black man or the blue-collar worker. The heterosexual blue-collar worker is always the one that gets demonized the most in the eyes of these black women. But when it comes down to your pastor who screws you over every chance he gets, they say absolutely nothing. When it comes down to your black politicians like Brandon Johnson with his big old buck-eyed looking self, that buck-broke ass nigga, you notice that these divestors have absolutely nothing to say about him. They stay completely quiet, even though he is engaging, one man is engaging in massive actions that screw over their community, but they don't say nothing about that. They remain completely fucking silent. And this is why I know that many of them are hypocrites. And why in this particular scenario, I'm going to paint black women with a broader brush. Once again, this is not all, but I'm going to paint a lot of you with this broad brush. Because on one hand, you got that vest of that trash black men, but you won't deal with the politicians, the black politicians, the Congressional Black Caucus that does absolutely nothing. On the other hand, you have black women who might not say anything about black men, but go out here and continuously vote for these people. And the fact that y'all do it in such a record number is outstanding. 2020 was a real opportunity. Was a real opportunity for black people as a collective to set a serious precedent in this country. And you could have done that by simply not voting. I don't see an option that I like, so therefore I'm not going to vote. Now what you do is you register to vote. If they ask what's your ethnicity, you put black. And if you don't see nothing that directly benefits your community, if these politicians aren't offering any goddamn thing, then you don't vote. And you don't let them come to you talking about some Voting Rights Act, Police Accountability Commission, a bunch of fucking nonsense. Mind you, when it comes down to illegals who show up here who are getting flown in on planes and buses, hell, some of them even jumping on board freight trains and getting over here and getting set up, getting grants, getting housing, free room and board, at whose expense? What's insane to me is this. Ass Negroes who went out here back in 2020 and stood on long lines, a lot of you older niggas who did this shit, stood on long lines, your feet hurting. In certain cases, they wouldn't even offer you bottles of water. This is how, Jesus Christ. This is how much you have no problem with being a whipping boy, a fucking stepping stool, a doormat. Just to go out and vote for a politician that was offering your black ass absolutely nothing. You would have been better off finding something better to do that day. Sit home and relax, watch a good movie, go for a nice walk, go to the gym, go get some exercise, go run some errands, and actually have some productivity done. But see, y'all don't want to do this. And this is one of the biggest problems that we deal with in black society, is black people. And I've said this far too many times. Black women will have no problem putting their resources into something that is completely inefficient to them. Putting their time, their efforts, their energy, their money. And time is the one thing you can't get back. So I can't see myself standing on a damn line, a long ass line, to go vote for some washed up politician like Joe Biden. When you look at this guy, you look at how deteriorated he looks. He looks defeated. A fucking decrepit, degenerate, crypt keep look. I mean, the guy just looks like a damn rotting corpse. And to think that y'all stood on long lines to go vote for this fucking clown. How stupid could you be to go out and do something like this? This makes absolutely no goddamn sense. You can just look at him and say, no, he is not the guy. I don't give a damn what he's offering. He is not the guy. He's not fit for office. He can't hold a coherent sentence. Falling up and down the goddamn stairs every chance he gets, making an embarrassment out of himself. And y'all went out here and y'all voted for this guy. And yet you had the ski-wee crowd sitting up here making y'all look completely ridiculous. These sorority sisters, buck dancing and celebrating. What did you win? Laugh now, but cry later. And this is what we're dealing with. This is exactly what we're dealing with right now. It was all fun and games when Joe Biden got in the White House. Everything was, the adults are back in the room, and now here you are on the ground getting the shit kicked out of you. And rightfully so. And you know what? You know what? If this is what it takes, then you know what? Then keep the heat on these niggas. If you are this stupid to the point you are willing to walk into a slaughterhouse or willing to help construct that slaughterhouse that's going to be for your own slaughter, then you can get your ass in there. Better you than me. Because as I've told you in the past, stupid people will get you killed. I don't want nothing to do with somebody who's willfully stupid. And I'm not, once again, I always make this perfectly clear. I'm not talking about somebody who's handicapped. I'm not talking about somebody who simply doesn't know. I'm talking about somebody who willfully wants to remain in ignorance and stupidity. The truth is right in front of you. And when somebody tries to show you the truth and stick it in your face, what was that movie? I'm trying to remember that movie. They Live. I think it was called They Live. Right? And I don't remember the two actors' names, but it was a black man and a white man. And the white man had the pair of sunglasses, and he can see that, there was programming going on. There was indoctrination, subconscious programming. And when he put on the glasses, he realized that who was behind all this were these alien type creatures who were masking themselves as human beings. And then he can see all of the things that were saying, obey, spend your money, listen, consume. There's all this indoctrination. And he was trying to show this to other people, and he was trying to show this to a black guy. And he said, listen, just put the sunglasses on. And the black dude literally refused to put on the goddamn sunglasses. To the point where the two of them started fighting each other. Listen, just put on the goddamn sunglasses. You'll see what I'm talking about. And the black guy refused to. And I'll just say this, boy, because that was a spot-on depiction. At least on black people's perspective. Because especially when you deal with these old, washed-up, geriatric Negroes, and in many cases, black women. Because you can sit here and show them the fucking truth. Listen, just put on the fucking glasses. Just put them on for 2 seconds, and you're going to see what I'm telling you is not a lie. And no matter how much the two of them they damn near beat each other into a bloody pulp to the where the white dude had to force this Negro to put on these glasses and take a look at what I'm saying. And then it finally made sense to him. Like, listen, dude, this could have all been avoided had you took 2 seconds to put on these fucking glasses. We wouldn't be walking around bloodied and battered and fucked up. They beat the shit out of each other. But once again, that is a perfect depiction of black people. Because you have other black folks who are trying to tell you, listen, I'm showing you proof here. And this is another reason why I've stopped debating with people. Because I've given proof, evidence, documentation that substantiates what I'm saying, and yet I get met with resistance, anger. And I just said, you know what, I've had enough of this. This is too much. I can't deal with it anymore. You want to be willfully this stupid? I can't help you. Better you than me is what I say. But now if you wind up in that slaughterhouse, I'm not coming to get you out. You're going to remain there. Why? Because I'm not going to sacrifice or put my life on the line to save you when I try to prevent you from even winding up in that situation to begin with. What I'm saying is, for black people who critically think, as I've been telling y'all going to have to start making harsh decisions. And here's something that people are saying. You have a lot of commentators on YouTube, a lot of black men saying, listen, you got to get Joe Biden up out of the goddamn paint. If you vote Joe Biden back in again, black America is finished. What is it that Joe Biden said in one of his campaigns? We got to finish the job. Finish the job. We got to let it break down. We got to finish the job. Being very vague with it, but very sinister at the same time. Because I know exactly what that means. And listen, I agree with the black people who are making videos, the brothers who are making videos saying, listen, and some of you sisters as well, saying, listen, we got to get Joe Biden up out of the goddamn paint. You can't go back out here and vote for him. But I'm going to say this much. As big as a problem as Joe Biden and the Democrats are, the biggest problem that I see right now are the foolish, stupid-ass black people who are voting for him. Before you can deal with Joe Biden, and it's the same thing if it would ever come down to a race war, before you can even deal with the white supremacists, you're going to have to deal with the endless list of these bootlicks and sellouts and these buck-broken Negroes and females. This is what you're going to find yourself face to face with before you can actually deal with the white supremacists. So before you can actually deal with Joe Biden and what the Democratic Party are doing, before you can get them up out of the goddamn paint, you got to get these old, rut, washed up Negroes who have been literally stifling progress for more than 60 fucking years. They are the biggest problem that we are facing thus far. The Democratic Party is a problem, but they're only getting in there because these old, washed up, rut Negroes and a lot of you black women are going out here every fucking election voting for them every chance you get. This is an embarrassment, and this is what's happening to your entire community. And when you go out here and you foolishly start casting votes and have not done your research, and this is where it infuriates me, because who ends up getting on the receiving end of this beatdown, if it's not you directly, it's going to be younger generations of black people who had no who had no say so in the fucked up decisions that you made to go out here and cast this vote. And now they're going to be the ones that find themselves getting kicked down on the ground like this, trying to get back up and getting stomped on in the damn head. Because your stupid asses continuously keep going out here voting for this political party every chance you get while requiring absolutely nothing. And then when people come along and say, hey, listen, why aren't you at least requiring something for your damn vote before you go out here and vote for them? Y'all get mad at the people who are simply asking you this. But you don't buck up to the Democratic Party, these politicians who are fucking you over every chance you get. Them older black females that were sitting there pleading with Brandon Johnson, notice how they're being nice. And now there are some of them who are going off on him. And I say shout out to them. But you do have a segment of them who are sitting around pleading with this guy. But I guarantee you this. If you, as one of their relatives or family members or friends, were to go ahead and challenge this Democratic Party, they're not going to come to you in that same pleading manner. They're going to buck up at you. They're going to get aggressive. They're going to get disrespectful. This is what you're dealing with. And these are the same ones who are sitting up here talking about, well, I might vote Republican next go round, but chances are they're going to go right back and vote Democrat again. After everything calms down, you take the heat off of them for a little bit, they go right back to doing what they've already did and continuously putting the needle deeper, just pushing the knife in deeper and deeper and deeper. So now something that just merely required a Band-Aid, a wound that just required a Band-Aid, now needs open surgery. And these are self-inflicted wounds. I mean, this is toxic. I can't even begin to describe this. And this is another reason why I say I keep my circle very small. I'm going to say this much. The majority of you Negroes, I want nothing to do with. I can't stand you. This is embarrassing. Because time and time again, at least in this country, we can even say globally, you Negroes have demonstrated that you are the stupidest group of people on the planet. That you would sit back and continuously, willfully go out here and vote for your own fucking demise. This is what we're dealing with. So I admit, once again, Joe Biden is a serious problem. He should have never made his way into the office, to the White House. But the bigger problem is the Negroes who go out here and continuously keep voting for him. I'm talking about some of you stupid ass niggas that are walking around with a Biden-Harris hat on, a Biden-Harris bumper sticker, an I voted sticker, stupidness, a bunch of followers, pitiful, just a piss poor excuse of a human being. You get nothing out of it, but you run around putting on your social media account, I voted. What the hell did you vote for? What did you get out of it? And the problem is a lot of you Negroes just want to feel like you were a part of something special than actually doing something that actually counts. And this is why they can come to you with empty symbolism time and time again. And that's enough to get you niggas out here buck dancing and celebrating and playing saxophones and with hot sauce in your back. It's just foolishness. When you look at the Congressional Black Caucus, Jim Jangles Clyburn, an embarrassment, some old rut, washed up nigga. And these old niggas continuously have kept voting his ass right back into power to the point where he was so arrogant and confident that when somebody was challenging him on reparations or for his position, you seen the arrogance. Well, you want my seat? Go ahead and take it. Because he knew he had you old, washed up rut niggas in his back pocket. And I'm going to say, listen, man, I'm really not going to describe what I really think about the majority of you. Like I said, the most I'm going to say, I can't stand the majority of you. I want nothing to do with you. If you're this pitiful, get the hell away from me. And this is just me putting it mildly. I'm not going to say what I really feel about y'all. But like I said, this is what we're dealing with. You're dealing with roadblocks. And the problem is the reason why there are so many roadblocks is the same way I stated in the last production that I made pertaining to Cynthia G and how these divestment black females can sit up here and say some of the most horrific things about black men. Even to the point where it comes down to murder of children. It's because there's no consequences. No precedent has been set that, listen, you don't say these things about us. And this is where black people, this is the first area that you're going to have to start is by setting a precedent. And you set that precedent by demonstrating, listen, there's consequences. You go over here and you go against us, that's going to be it. The moment a politician comes in and tries to play music, starts buck dancing, playing saxophones or some goofy shit and trying to get your vote, you're supposed to dismiss them up out of the goddamn building. Listen, get the fuck up out of here. You better go right now. But wait a second. No. Get up and get the fuck out. We ain't about that stupid shit. We ain't about cracking goofy jokes. We ain't about singing and dancing here. We want to know what is your policy. And if you ain't coming to us with substantive policies and legislations, and if you come here talking anything else, if you start talking about people of color, LGBT, marginalized communities, get up and raise the fuck up out of here right now. Get out. Get the hell out. If you got pastors that are allowing these politicians to come into these churches and pull this bullshit, then you need to run his ass up out of there. He has to go. It is just that simple. This is how you start to set the precedent. You let people know that you are going to have these institutions in our community. You will damn well respect us. And you ain't going to sell us out. This is how you set the precedent. You don't allow somebody like Roland Martin to come show up in your damn neighborhood and yet one of y'all want to stick a damn cell phone camera in his face and hold a fucking debate with him. No, we're not debating with you. The same way I told y'all when it comes down to people like Cynthia G, you don't debate with these people. You're wasting time. She shows up in your fucking territory, you're supposed to run her ass up out of there. Yo, get up and get the hell out. You gotta go. You gotta go. And it's the same thing when it comes down to people like Roland Martin, Mark Lemoyce Hill. What the hell are we sitting around holding debates with this guy for? Get up and get the fuck out. We don't play this shit. Get the hell out of here. This is how you set the fucking precedent. But far too often, black people want to sit around holding mic drop moments, holding debates with people, having dick swinging contests, and that's completely fucking useless. Listen, you can be the greatest intellectual. I don't give a fuck about having an intellectual dick swinging contest because I don't get no results done. Gets absolutely nothing done. So you got Negroes here talking about all this foolishness, but are not taking action. There's a reason why I stop holding debates with people, because I'm not wasting my time talking with somebody who's completely fucking insane. I'm not doing it. What I need to demonstrate is that you better keep your distance away from me. Don't bring that, you can do that shit over there. Don't bring that bullshit over here. And if you think for 1 second you're going to sell me up a goddamn river, you got another goddamn thing coming. We ain't with that shit over here. You have to set a precedent. And the first order of business is stop running around trying to hold debates with every goddamn body that you see. Some bootleg like Roland Martin or Mark Lemoyce Hill shows up in your neighborhood trying to sell you out on garbage. And you sticking a goddamn cell phone camera in his face trying to have debates with him. When the only reason why you should be putting that cell phone camera in his face is to let his ass know you need to get the fuck up out of Dodge right now. We running your ass up out of the goddamn paint. But why don't we discuss? No, we're not discussing nothing. Get the fuck out of here. We know who you are. We know what you're about. Raise up right now. You got 5 seconds to make haste. Nigga, scram. Don't make me say this shit again. This is how you gotta deal with these people. It's just that goddamn simple. Because what this is gonna do is gonna set a precedent. So now when they go out here and they try to get these bootlicks, this endless, never-ending list of bootlicks, of bed bucks, and bed wenches, and they try to present them as our representation, they're going to hold no relevance. It's going to hold no merit because people are going to see how Black America truly gets down when you are on the fucking grassroots in Black society. You go into a Black neighborhood and you realize we ain't down with all that shit. But see, the reason why this has gone so far the way it has is because many Negroes have been complicit with this. Like I said, years ago, you had Bill Clinton playing a saxophone. And that was all it took to get a bunch of bootlick ass Negroes to get up and start singing and dancing and buck dancing. It was embarrassing seeing this shit. And nobody checked these niggas. Nobody told these niggas, you're an embarrassment. You're making us look bad. When we have your ass go out here to represent our interests, listen, man, you're making us look bad. You can't go out here doing this. This is pitiful. But Black people didn't set the fucking precedent. And this is why you were in a situation where the Democratic Party, they don't come to any other group with the blatant disrespect that they do, but they come to you. When they don't get what they want, they sit around and they wag their fingers in your face and they disrespect you. This is why you got all these Black females sitting up here talking reckless about Black people going out here and not voting. Because this is the precedent that has been set, and it's been set like this by the baby boomer generation. And I'm telling you, at some point, this has to stop. But you know what? As sad as this is, what's happening in Chicago right now, this is good for many of you. You've earned it. You deserve it. You voted for this, so I can't say that I feel sorry for you. And like I said, if somebody has to suffer based off of the willful, stupid decisions that you have made, let it be you. Even if it includes your death, better you than me. At some point, you need to take responsibility behind what you did and what you voted for. Because at this point in time, there's no excuse for y'all to go out here and blindly cast votes for politicians who are offering you absolutely nothing. They're not even telling you, hey, we're going to just keep everything the same. No, they are telling you they're going to make things that much harder for you. And if you sitting up here caping for illegal immigration and you find yourself getting bust upside your head, getting your pocket, getting robbed, your wallet stolen, or your pocketbook snatched up, or assaulted in some other way, I can care less. Better you than me. I'd rather that shit happen to you than somebody who had no part to play in that shit who now becomes a victim based off of your stupid ass fucking decisions. So once again, what I'm saying is I understand that the Democratic Party is a problem. It should have never taken this long. Now it seems like more Black people are starting to wake up. Joe Biden's support with Black America is tanked substantially. But it shouldn't have taken this long for this to happen. Black people should have been smart enough to know this, to not find ourselves in this situation. Black people should have never been comfortable with being placed as the backbone of any political party. I don't give a fuck about being nobody else's backbone other than my own and my interest. But Black people would rather deal with empty symbolism, getting goofy pats on the head, and this is enough to make y'all sleep comfortably at night, to make you feel special and important. This is a different type of stupidity here. I've never seen no shit like this in my life. Like I said, this is a joke. And just looking at this damn race, man, I'm telling you, most of y'all, I don't even think that you're redeemable at this point in time. There really ain't much else that could be done with you. You just got to start over fresh and just have a new breed of Black people who function differently, who think differently. You can't put these old niggas on no pedestal. They don't earn, they earn no respect. They've built absolutely nothing. They've passed down absolutely nothing. They've made endless stupid decisions. There is absolutely no reason to respect them collectively. They're an embarrassment. This is not the Malcolm X generation of black folks. We're not dealing with that. We are dealing with a different level of degenerate behavior and blatant stupidity, and they have put us all at risk based off of this stupid ass fucking decision. And at some point, it's going to be a matter of, listen, you're going to have to remove yourself from it. You're going to have to let them meet their own demise. You did it to yourself, so therefore, better you than me. Take responsibility. If you helped to construct the goddamn slaughterhouse, guess what? Get your ass up in there. Take responsibility. I shouldn't have to go in there. I didn't help build the motherfucker. Therefore, you get in there. Since you were so gun-ho and helped consistently build it, election after election, get your ass in there. Oh, you don't like what's about to happen to you? Better you than me. Take responsibility. I don't feel no ways about it. This is just where I'm at because stupid ass people are fucking dangerous. And as dangerous and as demonic as the Democratic Party is, the only way they can pull what they pull, like I told you on that video that I did about AI, they need to have the momentum. They need to have people on board. And when you have an endless list of bootlicks and sellouts and bed wenches and bed bugs who are willing to go out here and sell out an entire community just so long as a handful of them can live lavishly and comfortably, then at some point, well, at this point, it's not even just a handful of them. A lot of you niggas ain't even living lavishly and comfortably. You ain't getting nothing out of it, but you're helping them accomplish their agenda. So as bad as the Democratic Party is, and as much as we need to get Joe Biden out of the goddamn paint, the biggest problem that we are facing in black society right now are other black people. And I really hate to say it that way because it's a talking point that has been used time and time again to demonize black people. It's the same, I look at it the same way as the what about the black on black crime talking point. And I don't like using that talking point. As a matter of fact, I don't use it. But at this point in time, this is self-sabotage. Get a look at the image that you're looking at right now. I hope this pisses you off. I hope this lights a fire under your ass. Because this is you. This is the black community by large, collectively. Getting stomped out. Getting the shit kicked out of you. Being displaced. Having your taxpayers going to other groups who put in no fucking work, but given to you. Now, mind you, now the country can do absolutely nothing exclusively that benefits you. And this is what becomes so scary about these Negroes. Why I say this is a different level of stupidity. You have to believe that whatever the hell created this race, this must have been a fucking joke. This is an embarrassment. Because here, time and time again, the Democratic Party and every political party tells you why they can't do anything that exclusively benefits you. They tell you why, you know, we can't afford it, or it has to be something that benefits everybody. And see, the thing is, y'all, some of you Negroes will sit right in the same conference room with them, having a discussion publicly, and you don't check this. You'll let them usher in black and brown. You'll let them usher in minority coalition. Or now you got some of these old ass females talking about, I guess there ain't no black and brown coalition. I mean, it took you this long to figure it out? It took you this long? I mean, some of y'all are saying, well, this is good news that they're finally starting to wake up. No, I say no, it's not. Because look at the damage that has been done. Why did it take you this long? If it took you this long to figure it out, then guess what? I don't need you on my side as the team player. I'm good. I'll manage without you. This is a flat out fucking disgrace. A complete embarrassment. It should have never been to a point where it's taken this long, where it's this much damage. It now has gotten to a point where you were on the ground getting the holy shit kicked out of you. And when you attempt to get back up, there you go, bam, right on the top of your head, stay down. That's what you're getting. The question is, can you get back up at this point in time? There you go. Stay down. That's what you're getting. So you have let the damage go so far, but stay down again. This is you. This is you getting the shit kicked out of you. You have let the damage go so far that the damage it might be irreversible at this point in time. So we can sit back and say, well, I'm glad that black people are starting to wake up. It should have never taken y'all this long to wake up. This is not a good moment. This is not something I can say that I'm proud of. This is embarrassing. That it took y'all this fucking long to see what was so blatantly obvious in front of your fucking faces. And when people pointed it out to you, you sat back and blatantly denied it. At this point in time, this is an act of self-sabotage. You get no kudos points from me because now y'all want to go to city halls and town halls and have discussions and ask Brandon Johnson to stop doing what he's doing. No, to hell with y'all. Because as bad as these goddamn Democrats are, as bad as Joe Biden is, which it was known he was going to be a disaster before he ever got into office. He tried to run 2 other times and couldn't and failed. And y'all should have made sure that was his legacy. Instead, you dumb niggas went out here and y'all revitalized him. Just think about Joe Biden. What does he need to really, does he have any shame in his game at this point in time? Look how he's in his 80s. I give it another 10 years and he's going to meet his maker. He's done. He's checking out real soon. So what reason would he have? How could you obligate him to doing anything for you? He can care less. He's already got his millions. He's going to his beach houses in Delaware, taking vacations multiple times a year. More than you'll ever get. So he has nothing. You can't shame him on anything. He can go up there and have all of his blunders, fall up the goddamn stairs, stumble over his goddamn words, make a complete fool out of himself. He can care less. The man's a senior citizen. He should have been retired a long time ago. And instead of y'all letting his legacy die with Barack Obama, with the ending of Barack Obama's presidency, y'all went ahead and y'all resuscitated his legacy by helping to get him into the White House. This is you, black people. Y'all did this. And now this is what you get for it. You're getting the holy shit kicked out of you, and you deserve it. If you're this stupid, then you need to take whatever punishment comes with you. So once again, I will admit that as big as the Democratic Party is, they are a big problem. You need to get Joe Biden out of the goddamn paint. Democrats collectively need to be gotten up out of the goddamn paint. They should never be able to win elections again, nationwide. That's my opinion. But as bad as a problem as they are, the biggest problem that we are facing right now is the self-sabotage and blatant, willful stupidity within the black community. And with that being stated, that's all I got to say in this production. And I'll catch you on a later date.